Hi guys, how are you today? Today is April 23rd, 2025, and welcome to my Ray of Light transformation channel. I am Petra, and this is the morning conversation with Spirit. I hope, guys, you had beautiful Easter holidays this past weekend, and you spent a lot of quality time with your loved ones, with your family, with your children. I got snowed in, so I had a lot of fun. I live in Colorado, so no surprise there. We had a lot of snow, and it was quite beautiful out there. Anyway, so let's see what the Spirit has to say today. I would like to focus on the death of Pope Francis. What does that mean for us moving forward as collective one, and on individual level, what we need to do, what we need to work on, what we need to focus on. And also I will be looking at Doge incentives, whether that's even true, whether we are going to be getting any incentives as President Trump mentioned. I think it was in February or so. So for those who don't know me, I do channeling work, so you can book private consultation with me at petrasimmonsray.com. Link is below this video. And for those who are in a need of ivermectin, you can purchase it at energysk.com. The link is also below this video. So let's see what Spirit has to say about Pope Francis passing, and how his funeral is going to be played out for public, right? So right now it feels, let's see, it feels very similar to how the funeral was played out with Queen Elizabeth Lizard. So it feels like the funeral is going to be very respectful. It's going to be played out in a very nice, respectful way. We know that it's all theater. The reason why we feel, or why it feels that it's going to be played out like this, is because a lot of people in the world still believe how holy Vatican is and the churches are. So, and this is a very touchy topic and sensitive topic. So you just need to use your own guidance system. I know there are a lot of people who still believe how holy popes are. But also many of us already know how dirty they are, and the Vatican was one of the hotspots for child trafficking and human trafficking, money laundering, and all of that stuff. So, but you do your own research. I know many of you who are listening similar channels or are aware of a lot of things, and knowing that Vatican, DC, Washington DC, and London are actually countries, and those are hotspots for cabal. So anyway, it just it feels like they are not going to be revealing the dirty stuff behind the scenes. It just feels like the funeral is going to be played out a very similar way as it was Queen's Elizabeth Lizard played. So with that being said, I'm not saying that all the true information is not going to be revealed. It is going to be revealed, but not publicly as we would like to. It's going to be more through whistleblowers and leaks again. So this is going to be how it's the information is going to be put out there, what was behind the Vatican and Pope Francis. So the other question you guys had about the Dodge incentives. Uh, so we talk about it, how Congress is corrupt, right? So behind each person there is a handler. Until that it's cleaned up, we need to be patient. So how it feels is that first there's going to be a lot of information coming up about the corrupt or stolen election first, and that's going to be very publicly announced who is behind that. And then the Congress and the Senate and the House, all of that needs to be cleaned up. So and only then we can expect that anything is going to be coming our way. And we know that those incentives need to be approved by Congress, right? So, or the Senate. So the president needs to apply or present that to Congress, and they need to vote on it. So until that and then they decide how they want to move forward with this specific incentive. So I know that President Trump mentioned, I think it was in February, that each citizen of United States will be eligible for $5,000. Then they were kind of talking about it, maybe not each citizen, but the household will get $5,000. Now we are down to that only taxpayers will be getting this specific incentive, and only the specific bracket of people that make a certain amount of money. So there is a lot of unclarity how to move forward with this. It's not set in stone yet, but nothing is going to be done until the information about the stolen election is going to be officially announced, who is behind that, and also cleaning up the house, right? So we have a lot of work in front of us before we can see any kind of incentives, right? So I know you guys were assuming that you are going to be getting it in a month or so, and it just unfortunately doesn't feel that way. It feels that we are going to be getting some kind of incentive, the Doge incentive, but not anytime soon, right? So there is also going to be another spike, emotional spike globally coming up in early May. In the May, it feels more in the May, and it feels that it's going to be another death announcement of the death of a very important person that was in the past involved in on the dark side. So it feels like it's going to be somebody who was higher ranked in politics, and it feels like it is a male energy, so it feels like it's going to be another male that it's going to be pronounced that, and he played pretty, or he was in a rank in a very high position in the United States. So that's what we are getting as far as another emotional spike. There is going to be announcement of death of another person, which is actually a good thing, but it feels more that with that person the dirt is going to be announced or revealed once he passes. So it's going to be a little different. It feels more like it's not going to be lovey-dovey funeral, right? So anyway, so that's how it feels. So that's actually a good thing that finally that we are going to be getting some answers here that public is eager to hear. As far as what we need to focus on as individuals is we talk about that it is crucial for us to connect with spirit and recalibrate ourselves all the time, or as much as we need to when we feel the disconnection or discord from the spirit moving forward, right? So the intuition is going to be kicking in. It's going to get more and more stronger, but also you need to do a lot of inner work still and start listening more of your physical body, taking care of your physical body. So it is your job to take care of yourself, meaning if you like to exercise, meditate, be more in the nature, connect with nature. That's very important. Start looking at your eating habits, right? Whether you are what your diet looks like, because that is all tied to your physical body. So all we are hearing is that moving forward into May, there is going to be more and more focus on our health individually, what we are doing, what we are putting into our bodies. So there's going to be more information revealed about the food, how much how much stuff is put into processed food that it's not necessary or not necessarily healthy for our physical body. Same way as the fluoride, we got a lot of information about the fluoride publicly. Now we are going to get more information how the food is made and how many preservatives and stuff that it's harmful for our physical body is put into the food. Then it feels like we are going to be talking like a lot of things like the detergents, then soaps, what's in the soaps, it's all on your skin, how the clothes are dyed, how many toxic products are put into our food, our clothes, as I said, the washing things and all of that. So we are going to be revisiting genetically modified products or seeds, again how that is harmful to actually physical body. And I know that many of you would disagree what actually the idea to create genetically modified seeds was good, but somewhere it got turned around, and it is very harmful for people to consume products that were that are made from genetically modified seeds. So there is going to be a lot of reveals that is around our health, the food we eat, also, as I said, our clothes, the dyes, how dangerous those dyes are in our clothes, and how toxic they are to our bodies. So anyway, I think that it's a good thing, because the information was always there, but it was hidden from a lot of people. So it was very hard to find the information, the actual information. But now it finally feels like if you start doing the research, you are going to get more and more information that you are going to be seeking. You just need to keep asking, and if you keep asking, the answer is going to be there for you. So I hope that this helps, guys. So the main focus is going to be on our wellness, and then also where we stand, how we feel, and where we stand in the world, what's presented to us, and how is that going to affect us, our emotions and feelings moving forward. So be safe there. I know it's strange to say because we are all safe. We all are responsible for our own lives, how we choose to live and make choices. Yeah, we are responsible for our choices, and then have responsibilities for the consequences. But that's the process of the growth on an individual level, and ascension process. So I hope, guys, you are doing well. We wish you a beautiful day, and we will talk to you soon again.